Hi everyone, it's been a minute since I did a video, although probably you won't notice because I'm still currently editing and captioning the videos from the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, when I did my New Year's cleaning, closet, wardrobe sorting situation. Yep. Why I'm here today is to show you bunch of stuff that I have bought slash acquired recently. Just for accountability, I'm doing a really truly poor job of not buying things and spending money. That said, I'm also kind of going through like a wardrobe re-envisioning. I'm really trying to just embrace that my style is what it is and that it doesn't have to be somebody else's style. It can just be what I want. And so if the way I want to dress on a daily basis is that I want to wear Adidas track jackets and graphic tees, then so be it. There's a way that I can do that and just embrace that as my personal style. And as long as you are paying attention to things like, do you like this, and does it make you look good, and do you feel good in it, and I'm really trying to focus more on like, is this a good color for me, does it make my skin look good, does it make what I have, like, is it highlight my body the way that I want it to, or whatever, or just like, do I like it? I think that's more important at this point. So anyway, what I'm showing you right here is one of the new things I've acquired. One of my favorite companies, Mata Traders, had a majorly huge sale. So this is a problem right now. We're in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, and because I think a lot of businesses aren't open, and also because everybody's kind of preparing for recession economy, and also because there's a seasons transition, it's kind of all coming together at the same time in a way that just makes everybody put everything on sale, and then send me emails about it. And I've unsubscribed to a lot of mailing lists so that I'm not tempted by things like that. And I've also use a service called Unroll Me, which is, it basically aggregates everything into one email, and you can decide if you want to scroll through that or not. So you can tell it which promotions to just automatically archive into there and which ones to unsubscribe to. It helps you just click through quickly and like check boxes. It's like, unsubscribe to all of these. It's really useful way to not see all of that in your inbox if that's something that you're concerned with. Like, I don't really have money to spend on this, or I don't really need to acquire more things, or I don't really need to buy more stuff, or whatever it is. That's a really good way of not even seeing the temptation in front of you. So that said, I still keep buying stuff. So this is from Mata Traders. They had a really big sale, and back in January, when I had gotten a gift certificate for Christmas, I was looking at a bunch of dresses, basically, because I love everything that they do. And so I had a whole bunch of things that were already on sale at the time, like favorited or in a list. And then they were like, hey, all of the sale clearance stuff is now extra 30% off. So I went back to that list and selected another dress. It was still a very difficult decision. There were a lot of choices that I could have made, and I'm really kind of proud of myself for limiting myself to one and really thinking it through and being thoughtful. That said, I really like modest stuff, and so I like this dress, and I'm gonna wear it. It's a good color, it's a good style, it's a good cut. Everything's great. The fabric's amazing. And if you don't know about Mata Traders, actually, they're women owned and operated, and then also work with women in the countries where their clothing is made. So predominantly like India and Pakistan, but I think they have some other places, and they pay them a good living wage, and then they also teach them or have them integrate traditional garment construction technique and printing techniques, and so they're maintaining their kind of traditional art and textile design styles, and they're also getting paid a living wage and they're learning, and it's a really good company. So I actually really like supporting them, and everything they make is super cute. And nobody's paying me to say that. That's just my opinion. But if you want to check that out, recommend that you do. So I'll come closer so you can see this pattern. It's cute. It has lighthouses and sailboats, and other boats, I think. Yeah, anyway, it's pretty cute. Continuing the boat theme, because the first dress that I ever bought from Mata was a blue dress with sailboats on it. That if you've watched my my videos of showing my wardrobe with the one with the dresses, you will see the sailboat dress. It's the first dress I ever bought from Mata, and I have acquired many more since then, and I'm happy with all of them. So that's one thing. I'm gonna try on some more stuff. Maybe I have to show you. All right, so I just got done saying that I'm trying to focus more on like my personal style and what do I like and like how do I want to dress, and then I come out wearing this, which is interesting because I look like a business executive, which is fine. It's cute actually. It's a cute look and I like it. It's just totally not my usual look. Like this is I work from home a lot for one thing. For another thing, my office is like we don't have a formal dress code, so it's very business casual and like not even business casual, like casual in some cases. Like nobody would care if I showed up to work one day in jeans and a t-shirt as long as the t-shirt was like appropriate. And so it's really interesting because if I went to work like this, people would just be questioning me all day of like, do you have a job interview? Are you like gonna be on TV? Why are you dressed so nice? That said, because I'm trying to the shirt, I think I have to make some adjustments. I either have to make some adjustments to this shirt or wear another shirt under it. Bottom line, but because I'm trying to get a different job, and I'm trying to impress, and I will, fingers crossed, hopefully have to go on job interviews and things like that. At least I have a look for that now. I didn't previously. I owned 2 suits, but I haven't applied for a job that has required me to actually have an in-person interview in so long that, I mean, like, I got my current job in, I don't know, a lot of years ago, more than a decade ago. So I definitely promise you that the 2 suits that I have do not fit at all. They just, I haven't tried them on, but I can almost promise you they don't fit. And they weren't really my style at the time even, and my style has changed since then. And so anyway, bottom line is I'm gonna get rid of them. So also I do not intend on wearing this as a full outfit unless I'm actually going on an interview, in which case this shirt needs some work, but we'll talk about that. Point is, I really like in the eco-conscious fashion realm. I try to buy from sustainable brands like Mata and Pact and Threads for Thought are a few that I really like that are doing really good work. And I also try to buy secondhand if I can. It's a big thing for me. So that said, I don't actually know why I went on a spree of adding like all of the consignment slash resale market apps to my phone because I'm not supposed to be buying stuff. So if you put all the apps on your phone that are like, hey, here's a really easy way to buy a bunch of stuff, it's not going to help you. But I put the RealReal app on my phone, which I'd had before, and I just was like, even like they have some really great designer stuff, but I was like, I don't even want this stuff. And I still don't want to pay these prices because like even 70% off of a $4,000 bag is a lot. So anyway, but point is I reinstalled it, and a couple weeks ago they had a sale that was like 70, is there 70 or 75% off of stuff that's that's already reduced because it's already consignment prices. And I used to go to the consignment store here all the time, and so a lot of my previous work clothes when I was transitioning from not having work clothes, like being a university student who just wore jeans and whatever all the time. And then I came here and got a job, and again, I could have worn jeans and whatever, but I just didn't feel like that was comfortable for me to wear into the office, even though no one would have cared. I still like at least try to put on a nice top or something, or dress slacks. But so I went to a bunch of our consignment stores here, and that's kind of how I slowly started upgrading my wardrobe to nicer pieces and better quality stuff because I wasn't making a lot of money, and so I phased in that kind of thing, and now I'm making a lot of money. Not a lot of money. I'm making a lot more money, but I can afford that stuff at full price. But I still like have this kind of like why pay full price if you don't have to mentality because I grew up not having a lot of money, and so I try to save where I can and still have nice things that make me feel good, that make me feel like, hey, I'm supporting good people and also wearing nice clothes, well-made clothes, well-designed clothes that are, I don't want to say reputable, but like reputable, right? Anyway, long story short, there was a bunch of designer stuff on the RealReal it's already marked down, and then it was an additional % off, and so a lot of everything I bought, I had a whole bunch more favorited that I could have bought, but I was really kind of methodical. So cheap for what it is. So I'm gonna take this blazer off for a minute and put that over there because this wasn't actually meant to go together. It happy accident, or probably not an accident, knowing me in color theory, it does. Anyway, so this skirt is a pencil skirt. I have a bunch of different pencil skirts in my likes and kind of in my cart, and they were all pretty similar, but I went with this one. I think it's navy, or it's either navy or black, and I honestly can't tell from looking at it. It's just one of those blue blacks, but so I'll have to look at what the listing says it is to remember what it is. But it's this is a Prada skirt, and it's a little bit tight in the hips, so I'm probably gonna have to see if I can do some adjustments on it at some point, because it kind of bunches up right at the fullest part here, which is a known issue with me and pencil skirts, but it's pretty cute overall. I mean, it's basic, but it's cute and it fits well, except for that trouble spot right there. This top is Stella McCartney, and it's also a little big, but nothing that like wearing something under it can't fix, or a slight adjustment like up here, and maybe at the a tuck at the underarms couldn't fix either. So some alterations, but I was willing to pay that for the price of this, because this was, for as much as Stella stuff usually costs, this was really inexpensive. So I'll show you up close. The back is just plain white, but the front has these like they're buttons actually. They're like
kind of opalescent buttons on it, which I think are really cute. And then this blazer is also Stella McCartney, and this was a bit more. It was, I don't know, like maybe $50, but for a like actual nice blazer, that's pretty cheap. Because the way I looked at it was thusly, like this is all luxury or like high end brand stuff, and I basically paid Target prices for it, and I think that's great. That's fine to me. If I was gonna buy a blazer, it wouldn't have bought one that cost less than like $40 anyway, because you can just there's like a quality level, and it's hard to find a good blazer that at that price. And this is navy, and it's pinstriped, and as you could see before, it actually fits me really well. I'm trying to show the pinstripe, but it's not showing up. Maybe here. I open this window. There you go. I have the curtain closed for no good reason whatsoever. Let's set some light in here. You can actually see my clothes. Anyway, there's that. And it fits like I showed you before. I had it on, and one of my things that I keep saying is I keep talking about how I want to wear blazers over graphic tees. I kind of want to like try that look. I'm not sure it's for me still. I still might just stick with my Adidas jackets over my graphic tees, but I only have one. I have the Altusara blazer, and so now I have two, and that's why I bought this. I didn't really buy this with the intention of it all going together, but here it is. This looks classy. All right, so this is the last thing from the Rail that I got. I got 4 things total, but I obviously can't wear two. Well, I can wear 2 shirts at once with that shirt, but you wouldn't have been able to see this one. So this is a black, it's all wool. It's like a very thin wool top that I got from, this is Alexander McQueen, which I've actually never owned anything by Alexander McQueen, I don't think. But I really like this. Just like the cut of it and the way it fits. It fits me really well. So that was a win. This is like, this and the blazer are the 2 things that I don't have to do alterations on at some point. Which are good. I don't mind doing alterations on the other 2. I can probably fix the pencil skirt on my own, but and the top. I could probably figure it out, but I might call in an expert. My good friend Laura, who I know is watching this, because we talk about how much she loves my videos. So shout out to you. Thank you for teaching me how to sew. Thank you for helping me fix all my stuff. And she works actually now at a sewing, kind of repurposing, like upcycling or alterations studio here in Minneapolis. I'll put a link to that below in case you're local and you want super awesome people who are very, very smart to help you upcycle, do crafts with upcycled fabric, make clothes out of upcycled fabric, or just alter your stuff. You can go see them and they will help you out. And probably they will be helping me out with that stuff. So I have a couple more tops that I've actually made myself, and I don't remember if I showed them to you or not, but I'm gonna put them on here and just show you. They're sweaters. A couple of them are from yarn that if you watched my earlier videos of showing my wardrobe, you've already seen, and I had set them aside as like, I'm gonna take this apart and make it into something new. So I've done that with 2 things so far, and then I just had to redo the edging on a top that I had made I was working on the end of last summer, and the way I did the edging, it was too tight, so I had to redo it. It just sat there all year and I didn't do it, and I finally just was like, just finish it. So I did that. I finished something that I had been working on since end of December, middle of December. Anyway, I finished that jumper, that's done. And then I re-knit, I had a vest top that I'd made. It was actually really similarly shaped to this, but it just I didn't like the way it looked on me. This looks really good on me. that didn't. And anyway, I've reknit that into something else. So
I'll show you those.
so this is the top one out of the ones I've knitted or finished recently. So I started this. I think it was definitely end of December because I believe I was working on this or I was swatching for it during Christmas holidays. Pretty sure. Anyway, this yarn is really cool. It's I'll come up closer so you can see. It's gray, but it has these brown flecks in it. What is? I don't remember the name of the color. Sorry, y'all. But it's from my good friends at Brew City Yarns, who are out of Milwaukee, which is where my parents live currently. And I lived for a while. So have ties to that town, and that's where their dye studio is. And we kind of bonded at one yarn show in particular, and then a couple more later on. And I wanted to buy all of their things, and I did buy two sweater quantities of yarn from them. So this is the first one. And the pattern is, this is fingering weight, so it's the lightest, it's lightweight. And then I bought a heavier weight yarn too, so I'll do another winter sweater. And then I was really into the oversized sweater look. I just really like it. I don't know, I mean, there's something, I think it's because like this is fine, it's cute, like the tight fitted sweater thing, but it accentuates the things about me that I am not as happy with, and my spinal curve and all sorts of things. And also this is just comfortable and it's cute and it's oversized, and you can dress it up or you can just wear it around equally. I love that it has these 3/4 sleeves. I don't usually like 3/4 sleeves because where I live you either need a long sleeve or no sleeve, but because it's a lightweight sweater, I think you can, the 3/4 is okay because it's wool and it's warm, but also, you know, it's still lightweight. Anyway, the pattern is Messaline by Bristol Ivy. So if any of you out there are knitters and want to knit that, that's what it looks like. It's got this cute chevron pattern down the front, and the back's just plain. And it is seamed together at the sides right here. So there's a whole seam, and then the sleeves are seamed along these raglans as well. So that is Messaline, the sweater. More to come. All right, top number 2, sleeveless. Obviously, the rest of no, that was not sleeveless, but they are definitely summer. They're all out of lightweight yarn. I've been trying to get myself ready of like, oh, I can have a spring summer wardrobe update. By finishing / making new things. This is the one that I said that I had. I basically finished it last year in July, I think, probably. But I did the edging too tight, and so it like curved really weird in the back. I'll show you what I mean by that because I'll show you the back, and you'll see how that was weird. But it just needed to be fixed, and I just put off doing it for almost a year, and then I found it and was like, oh right, I forgot that I made this. So this yarn is Malabrigo. Oh, what is it called? I don't remember. What kind? It's anyway fingering weight, and it's a linen blend. Again, I'll put links below in the description or something so that if y'all are interested, you can buy it. But I saw this in our local yarn store. I was there meeting up with some people after one of the big yarn markets, not in town but near town, last summer that I was selling at. And then there's kind of a tradition that a bunch of people from that who are usually out of town will stop by kind of the big local yarn store here. and just kind of hang out and extend the retreat. And I had to sell somebody something because I didn't have the quantities that she needed at the time, and she wanted to mix and match colors, and so I brought a bunch of stuff to finish that off and help her color match and all sorts of things. And actually, she's I just saw the Instagram that she's knitting one of her designs. She's a designer, and so she's currently working on something out of those two colors together. And I'm like, oh, we did a good job color matching because they look really good. So that's actually, I don't know if I brought that up before. So not that I make money, I don't. But one of the things that I do for fun is I dye yarn, like with acid dyes, and then I sell it on the internet. I'll link that too, I guess, if you want to support or buy anything. And then I just do yarn markets, and like the in-town ones, and I just hang out and talk to people about yarn and sell yarn, and it's a really cool way that I get to use my creative brain to do color theory and color matching and all sorts of the fun things that I like to do. And so anyway, I've met some really great people that way. So long story short, I saw something that somebody was knitting with two of the things that I dyed that we had like spent a bunch of time putting in combinations and trying to figure out the best look, and it was great. And it looks really good together. So I'm really proud of us. We did a good job matching those colors. Anyway, point is, when I was there to do that sale is when I bought this yarn because I love Malabrigo. And I was like, what a color. And I feel like I have yarn, or I've used yarn, or I've done something with yarn that was this colorway from Malabrigo before in a different base, and it looks totally different just because of the fabric composition. And so I was like, oh, that looks really great on that yarn. And I had the trouble deciding what color I wanted, but I went with this one. So this, yeah, it's a linen, whatever. And so it fits like this. And the back is interesting. Actually, it's open, so you can see my bra. So I'm probably gonna have to wear a shirt, like a tank or something else under this at some point. But it's kind of open in the back, which I think is an interesting design feature. So you can play with that a little bit. And so that's where the edging was causing me a problem because I did it too tight and it was like not crossing and sitting correctly. So yeah, this is Pala T is the pattern. So I'll link that too. Okay, so if you watched my videos on my wardrobe, you saw this yarn in a different sweater, which I loved it in the photos and on the models. And it's like it was boat neck and then it was lace on top, and it was really similar shape to this. It had looser sleeves and it had a lace top, but in practice it was, I don't know, I just thought it was a little bit too boat necky for me, which made it sit weird on my shoulders, and then the lace was just kind of floppy, and the seam where the lace was like at an awkward point on my chest. Like it didn't look as good on me as it did on models in the magazine, which is life. That is what it is. We're not all the same shape, and so not every sweater works. But I took it out, sadly, because I still really like that sweater. Really wish I could wear it. I really wish that design would fit me. But I took it out and I reknit it. This is also yarn that I dyed myself, and it's really just like fingering weight merino nylon. It's very round. It's a very round yarn. It's basic but lovely and nice to work with and nice to use. And so this is, I think it's called like the beach tee or beach cover up or something. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it had beach in the name. And it's designed for summer again. And it's really just a stockinette, like in the round plain sweater with a raglan sleeve increases, and then you basically knit to here and then knit the rest down and then do a sleeve cap edging later. It originally didn't have, I'll come closer. It didn't have this edging at first. I put this on because I didn't like the way that the raw edge was curling. So that wasn't hard. It's just like I picked up stitches and knit 4 rows of garter stitch. It wasn't hard. Just to match the other. It's the same as the sleeve edging and the bottom hem. The interesting quote unquote detail on this is this drop stitch down the center. So this is intentional. You do a yarn over it, and then you knit the rest of the way down to here, and then you do another yarn over and you drop the stitch, and then you just like rip it back to this yarn over, so you don't actually lose stitches, and you're controlling the drop, so it's not all the way up to here. It's interesting, and it's super easy, but it adds like a little bit of detail to this, which I think is cute. So I like this a lot better. I like the fit on me. I still love the color of this yarn on me. This is a good color. This is definitely in my color palette. This kind of teal, blue, and the aqua-y tones. And so I'm a lot happier with this, and I think I'm going to wear this a lot more in the summer than I wore the other one. So good news. All right, last one, and this is the one that I mentioned before, that this yarn used to be knitted into basically a vest top that had a lace pattern here, and I've showed it. It's in the sweaters video. And when I was talking about that Alexander McQueen top, where I was like, it was basically this style, but somehow didn't look good on me. So I took it out and reknit it, and this is I dyed this yarn. This isn't a color that I usually dye and sell. I was trying a thing. I wanted to speckle dye, and I didn't. It bled more than I wanted it to, so it was not exactly a failed attempt, but not as successful of an attempt at just like this being mostly gray with a speckle pattern as I wanted it to be, but that is what it is. Anyway, this yarn is, it came to me in, it's from Knit Picks and Preciosa tonals. Anyway, it comes in like these jewel tones, and it's alpaca and silk and probably something else. Anyway, and it's a single ply, so it's really lovely, and it sheds and it's fuzzy, so it's probably gonna pill fairly badly, but regardless, it's nice yarn, and I wanted it, and it was when Jonas got it for me when I was first starting out with experimenting with yarn dyeing, and so I had gotten just the white, the plain bare one. It still has the shine from the silk, but it didn't have any color on it, and I saved it for like kind of a while because I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, what, I have to do something good with this, like different, but also not something so experimental that I'm gonna mess it up and it's gonna look terrible, and then I'm gonna have ruined like this nice yarn that I got as a gift. I mean, not that it's Knit Picks, so it's not like it was like $500 or anything, but it's different, so it was like nice. You know how that goes, probably. Anyway, so anyway, that's how we got this. I was like, oh, I'm gonna try this speckle, and I blended a couple colors together, and it didn't speckle as much as I wanted it to, but it's still good. So anyway, I didn't like the way the other top that I made out of it fit, and so I took that out and I reknit this, and this is simply called the Summertime Top. Well, again, links to patterns below, in case you're knitting and want to knit that. But it's got this kind of triangle here. I had to modify. It's originally supposed to come up higher, like, and down more, but because I couldn't get the gauge right, I had to add a couple repeats, and so the angle on this isn't as sharp as it is supposed to be in the pattern, but whatever, you get the idea of it, and actually I think it's good. for me, because if it came up any higher, it would be like cutting across here. Not good. So it actually worked out that the angle is where I want it to be. And so yeah, I'll show you. It's got this lace repeat pattern on it. Right, and it's front and back, you can see. And then the interesting thing about this is that it's basically just knit into squares. Like, this neckline is not really a neckline, it's basically a square. It just, because of the way it's put together, there's a little bit of shaping in it. And so you seam it together at the shoulders, and then it just drapes front and back, and it's open on the sides. And then you're supposed to put like this I-cord tie to tie it together. I actually ended up, because I knew I was always going to want it seamed, and I had a devil of a time trying to figure out how to get this on here. Like, I was like, well, I can attach an I-cord, but it's not going to tie it all the way up to here. Like, I couldn't figure out how to make an I-cord and then pull it so that if you pulled the I-cord, it would tighten up all the way. So I ended up knitting an I-cord and then doing a mattress stitch seam up and then coming back down and then knitting the other side of the I-cord. So that's how that is. And so it's still open here to here. So you still get a little of this, which I think is cute. And way happier with this than I was with the other one. So this will be a good look. I like it. Thanks for watching. Bye.